Manhattan district attorney says that Donald Trump is trying to use his campaign to dodge criminal consequences. I'm Tyrone Bowman. This is Tyrone Bowman Tonight. According to Politico Legal, prosecutors in Trump's hush money case shot back at against Trump's bid to get the charges dismissed. Prosecutors from the Manhattan District Attorney's Office accused Donald Trump of trying to use his presidential campaign to shield himself from prosecution, saying in a new court filing that his effort to dismiss his criminal case over hush money payments is essentially an attempt to evade criminal responsibility merely because he is politically powerful. Defendant repeatedly suggests that because he is a current presidential candidate, the ordinary rules for criminal law and procedures should be applied differently here. Prosecutors from Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg's office wrote in the 99-page document. Courts have repeatedly rejected defendants' demands for special treatment, instead have adhered to the core principle that the rule of law equally applies to the powerful as to the powerless. Prosecutors filed the court papers in response to Trump's October motion to dismiss the criminal case, which, as lawyers wrote, has prejudiced President Trump and the public by interfering with his presidential campaign. The former president's lawyers, Todd Blanche and Susan Nealis, also denounced the prosecution as delayed and criticized the timing of the charges, saying they stem from a grand jury investigation that commenced approximately 10 weeks after President Trump announced his candidacy. Kind of like when Hillary Clinton was running to become the Democratic nominee for President of the United States, and mysteriously, her emails became a major issue, and the chant was, quote, "Lock her up," close quote. In the New York case, Trump is charged with 34 felony counts of falsification of business records connected to hush money payments made to silence affair allegations from porn star Stormy Daniels. According to the indictment, Trump directed the reimbursements made to former Trump lawyer Michael Cohen for money he paid Daniels be falsely recorded as legal expense in the Trump Organization ledgers. Trump has pleaded not guilty and is set to face trial in late March 2024. In their filing, prosecutors accused Trump of being disingenuous about the effect of the case on his campaign, saying the claim of any campaign impairment is undermined by defendants' frequent public pronouncements that the indictment has strengthened his candidacy. And they laid out a lengthy justification of the timing of the investigation and eventual charges, attributing the timing to a variety of factors, including an extensive extension of the statute of limitations on the charges due to an executive order by the governor during the COVID-19 pandemic, Trump's absence from the state while he was president, and their effort to pause the inquiry shortly after it was opened in 2018 to accommodate an investigation in the same conduct by Manhattan U.S. Attorney's Office, which the people did not want to undermine by conducting a concurrent state investigation. In response to Trump's allegation that he is being selectively targeted by Bragg, prosecutors dismissed his argument that their office declined to investigate what the former president's lawyers described as similar conduct by Hillary Clinton's 2016 presidential campaign when it improperly booked campaign expenses as legal payments in connection with the hiring of a research firm to prepare the so-called Steele dossier. It's amazing how deflection is always the norm of the day with these people. They're always trying to find a way to blame somebody else for something that has nothing to do with the facts. This example is not remotely similar to the facts here, prosecutors wrote. They also described as fanciful his accusation that Bragg succumbed to political pressure to prosecute Trump after a former prosecutor in the district attorney's office, Mark Pomerantz, quit and wrote a book expressing his frustration with what he described as Bragg's reluctance to pursue charges related to their investigation. In the filing, prosecutors wrote that they began presenting the case to the grand jury 1 month prior to the publication of the book, and that this investigation was the subject of extensive public commentary advocating both in favor and against a prosecution. Because of that, prosecutors wrote, it is impossible to conclude that Bragg was swayed by Pomerantz's book or the public reaction to it. I'm Tyrone Bowman. Never surrender, never quit.